So where are we?
I was saying.
Okay, so Okwesa says to my dad, "Will you give your children dodo without meat?" I think my father was very angry and he slapped him, and everything went quiet. Fortunately, as it got quiet, the students just started to retreat and drift away, and they went away. And my dad was almost shaking. Not because of anything, of what is, because he told us later, or he told my mom, that he was sorry that he slapped him, that he shouldn't have slapped him, that he should just have said something and and told him, but fortunately it didn't degenerate into anything. And I think the other students saw what happened and how rude he was to the principal, and that is why they didn't react in a negative way. As the other students started to move away, he also went away. So the next day at assembly, my father had to go into an explanation of why we had resulted in dodo without meat, because basically the school fees that were being charged had gone down from about £100 a year at that time to something like £60. And therefore they had to make economies, they had to make cuts, and this was one of the things. They thought that because it was an evening meal, we could get away without the students going to have a meal. So what then was the solution? Was that the school decided that the students themselves will have to take responsibility for making this economy work. So the meat that was supplied by the supplier was given the appointed students who would cut the meat. They know how many students are in the so they will cut the meat themselves. They will put it so that they could cover the afternoon meal and the evening meal. So the responsibility now went to the students. So if they
cut it too big,
it is their problem. If they cut it too small, it is their problem. Whatever it is, just to do it so that they were able to have meat to cover both afternoon and dinner. So that was the solution. But that was the genesis of the Dodo, which became a legend. And various people embellished the story, or some people didn't even know what it was. They just knew that there was a riot.
Added their own iru and the ingredients and spiked it up.
Yes, but I was actually present there. I was actually there to see what happened.
What was this?
Sorry?
What year was this?
1964.
Wow.
I was in Form 3.
Okay, I see. So that is one. Any other? Do you remember
another anecdote that you might be interested in? Is with regard to Papa Ishubi. Papa Ishubi was he was quite a character. He was a legend. And Papa Ishubi, he did not have a car. He had a bicycle which he used to ride, and he used to go by bus in various places. So the legend goes that on this day, two Igbobi boys took a bus from I don't know whether it was from Yaba or something.
Okay.
And they were coming back to school. And when the conductor got to them, Baba was sitting at the back. The students didn't know. So the conductor had gone to the back. Apparently, Baba had paid their fares.
Oh, really?
So when the conductor got to them and they wanted to pay, and he said, somebody has already somebody has already paid for you. So they look back. So when they came down at Igbobi, Baba just said, "See me at break tomorrow." That's what Baba used to say. If you do anything and he was going to punish you, he's going to give you a few strokes of the cane. You see me at break.
You know what
even if it's in the classroom, that's what he said. So he said, "Come and see me at break tomorrow."
And they know what I was going to.
So that was a famous story that used to go, that went round at that time. And then there was another one which involved a student, Kukoyi. Kukoyi was a year ahead of my set.
Okay.
And he was quite a character. He was a great athlete. He used to do discus and shot put.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was a character. So apparently, this morning, Kukoyi, when he should have been in assembly, he was out. It was just going out. Unfortunately for him, he met Baba. And Baba said, Kukoyi, he was calling. Kukoyi ran away. Kukoyi ran away.
Back to the school.
Back to the school.
Okay.
Kukoyi ran back to the school. Quickly changed into his
uniform.
And he was lying in bed. So when Baba got back to school, was it in his bed or in the sick bay? I'm not sure which one. I think it was in the dormitory.
Okay.
So when Baba came, Baba was looking for Kukoyi. He thought he would have gone to class. He didn't see him in the class. Anyway, he ended up finding him on his bed. So Baba said, Kukoyi, I saw you ran away. Kukoyi said, me? So I've been ill. He said, I have been ill. I have not.
Not me.
It wasn't me, sir. It wasn't me, sir. He said, I've been ill since yesterday. And he denied flatly. And Baba was so flabbergasted that he couldn't say anything. He had to
Give up.
So Baba used to regularly catch students breaking bounds, and it was legend for that. But Kukoyi denied flat that it was not him. And that was not
That was the end of the matter.
That was the end of the
People knew it was him, and Baba knew it was him.
So those are the anecdotes that I remember from those days. Well, Igbobi was, he had all sorts of characters at Igbobi at that time. Boys will be boys. They broke bounds.
Sure.
Boys broke bounds all the time. And the thing is, the ones who are most, rascally usually ended up being made prefect or senior prefect. But I remember in my set, Olaide Adigun, who was the senior prefect in my set, was a real rascal, one of those who broke bounds, but he was made senior prefect. I remember years later, he's telling me, he said, Oga making me senior prefect was what made me what I am today. He said that responsibility that he was given changed him completely. And he said, I will always be grateful to Oga for that. He said he did not expect at all, not even to be maybe a prefect, but not senior prefect. But he was a good senior prefect. As they say, that's right. So he knew all the pranks, the pranks how to get the guys. And he was a very, very successful senior prefect. And I remember also Senior Williams, that's Folahan Williams. That was 2 years ahead of my set. Okay. He too was a rascal. He too was a character. And he became senior prefect. So that was the interesting thing about Igbobi. It built character. Even those who were rascally, they were rascally not because they were bad, but they were, boys will be boys, and they do their own thing, and so that was
okay. That was what I wanted to wrap up with. That if you were to sum up the life as an Igbobian, what will it be like? But you've touched it. I don't know if you still want to.
Yes, Igbobi, the good thing about Igbobi was you got a good all-round education. You got a good all-round education which built your character. You got a good academic grounding. Academic work was, it was very paramount in terms of, what was expected of you. To the extent that, when the results of school SAT was coming out, if you didn't get grade 1 or grade 2, you probably won't show your face at Igbobi College when the results come out, because it was expected that every student will get either a grade 1 or at least a grade 2. So to get a grade 3 was, a no. High standards were demanded, but it was not just about academics. It was about, you got religious instruction in the chapel. Okay. And it didn't matter whether you were Christian or Muslim or anything else. Chapel was compulsory for everybody.
That's right, yeah.
And therefore, it was character building. And we had some really good preachers, like, if I remember, Reverend Lucas, who would come, and we always look forward to Reverend Lucas when he was coming to preach, because he will always have a story of some sort, funny story to embellish his message, so that you got what he was trying to deliver. So it was one of those people who we always look forward to when he did. So you got a good moral instruction. You got sports. You were allowed to play sports and do the best that you can. We didn't expect everybody to represent the school, but at least he gave everybody a chance to participate. We will play felele on the field. We will do and everything. Then debating, social activities and everything. So it was a good all-round education that we had. And it built up the character of most students. And even those who were shy when they came into Igbobi, they came out of themselves, during the time to get that confidence, which you take out into the world. So I think that is the reason why a lot of Igbobi boys still look back to the school and want the school to come back into the glory days, and look at what the school did for them in a personal capacity, and want this for the current students. And hopefully more Igbobians will now be able to send their children to the school. In our time, it wasn't something that people were able to do because the standard had gone down so much during the Jakonde era. And it was difficult to build it back. But it's now back up. And to be quite honest, I believe that sending a child to Igbobi now is very, very cost effective. The student will get a good education. And the cost compared to some of the other schools in Nigeria is very, very minimal. It's very small. Where I think they say now it costs about 1 million naira to send a child to Igbobi College in now. But some of the schools are paying 3 million per term.
Jesus Christ.
In some of the other schools, yes, they're paying 3 million per term. So you can see that there is a wide difference. Yeah, big difference. And Igbobi has the facilities provided by the old boys, a lot of facilities provided by the old boys. And they have a good teaching staff now. With the help of the Akoba Europe program, that initiative. So I think that is the reason. That is the reason why Igbobians are so fond of their school. And many of the other schools will say, what is it that you people, you Igbobi, it's like a mafia. but that is, people recognize what the school has done for them in terms of not just academic achievement, but that confidence that it gives you to go out into the world and do the best that you can. I think that is it. Really.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.